1 2. We're on and we're on and we're on. This is just a test. This is just a test. Welcome to the webinar with Super Trader. I'm your host for today. Welcome, welcome. If you made it this far, you know you're trading the advanced trading lessons. You are here to be number one. You are here to be great. Oh, yep. Oh, ho, 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 ha. Right. How you guys doing? How you doing? I hope you guys are great. Because I'm not great today, yeah. Besides this trade that I placed earlier on today, I'm not great, you know. Reason being, because I got a cold. And like colds, nobody likes to get a cold. Alright guys, what you see before your eyes here, this is what is called. This is what is called the breakthrough strategy. I formulated this strategy. I got it from my golden strategy, of which I call the Pegasus strategy. If you guys have been through that, I'm pretty sure you learned quite a lot. Now this is just a simplification. As you can see, the only thing that is not here is the multicolored the multicolored moving averages. So I'm just gonna go start this whole thing over, as I noticed that I wasn't recording anything before. It's a bummer, huh? I started a webinar without any recording, and I was on a roller. I was like, yeah, you guys, are you ready to become rich? You know? Yeah, I'm just gonna delete everything and start from the beginning so that you guys can get it. I thought I was recording. So like you see now, I had entered a trade earlier on today, like a few hours back, and as you saw, the trade is in profit. You know, the trades are in profit. I'm trading the GBP, CHF, and then here you got, this is gold. I placed the trade earlier on today. I also placed it at the same time, so it's still pulling back, you know, but I'm pretty sure it will get into profit. So anyway, what I want to be doing right now is just explaining the strategy on this chart. Let me remove the moving averages. I'm not going to remove the supply and demand. I already added this. So, and there's a webinar that was made during the beginning of this thing. This supply and demand the indicator, you get it from the special kit that we gave you, the bonus. This is your bonus for being our business partners and for being, you know, for believing in the trade. That is a bonus that you get from us. A full file full of many different indicators that you can apply for yourself. By the way, this is Super Trader live. We are trading live, the live market, huh? These trades you saw that are running right now. So what I want to be doing now is, basically, I just want to zoom out, and then I'm gonna go from step 1 to step 2 to show you how I inserted the moving averages, and I also want to show you guys how to trade the moving averages. So before you start everything, you want to turn this to your line charter. You do this so that you can be able to point your major resistance points. So before you start trading, this is what you have to do. My mentor taught me this, huh? Start trading, start pointing your major points. These are points of which the market is likely to retrace, you know, to bounce back and to do whatever gymnastics it wants to do. So this is what you want to do, placing these things. Now, by the way, I'm just placing these things randomly. You know, there's no what I'm looking at. The only thing I'm looking at is what you call the major points, huh? The sharp points where the market is turning. The reason why, like, I make this thing, the major reason why I make, I place my support and resistance lines on the daily time frame is because, you know, if you place your support and resistance lines on the minute time frame, this means that your your resistance and support lines, they're only valid for a minute, okay? If you go to the 5 minutes, they'll be valid for 5 minutes. So you want something that is valid, that you know is really strong. You know, I'm a swing trader. I don't do this, what you call, 1 minute thing, 5 minute thing, but I do have a strategy for it for those who feel like trading the 1 minute, those who are in a rush. But this one is for Kenza. So like I said, the reason why I plot my support and resistances on the daily is because the support and resistance, they are strong, you know, they last for a whole day. That is why I put them. And then after that, I like to go to the 4-hour chart. This is where I pick zones of where I didn't put other support and resistance lines. Now you may see this on the daily time frame. You know, you may think like these things are too close or something. You're like, why is he drawing such things close? This is the daily, I treat the 1 hour time frame. So if you go to the 1 hour, these spaces are gonna be really big. So mainly my main focus with this thing is just to get this whole thing. I'm a trend trader, so if I had entered this trade over here, I wouldn't have gotten out until it reached this point. You know. So basically that's how the strategy works. Trend trading. So in addition to this, you wanna plot your trend lines. I draw my trend lines in a special kind of way, I'm unique that way. You know, everyone is made special. The downtrend, I like it to be red. You know, it gives me a heads up when the trend is moving. If the trend is an uptrend, I want it to be green. You know, this, it actually helps me know where the market is going, what I'm dealing with, what I'm supposed to do. So this is what I do. Okay. Red means bearish, green means bullish. Okay. Now by now I assume that you guys have read the books. You've done whatever you can, so you understand the terms that I'm using. But the major point in this trading thing is not to know the terms. Knowing the terms is it's just a waste of time. You're only here to make money, not to learn terms. So I'm not gonna be explaining. As long as you know bullish means up, bearish means down. That's all. Okay. Then you're gonna go to the 4-hour time frame. See if there are any major zones that you missed. Now, as you can see, you got a zone here. There's some zones over there. The main focus, like right now, is the trend. Okay. Now you can see I'm drawing multiple trend resistances. And by the way, you must know, like, there is no right way of drawing a trend as a perfect trend line. There is no right way. So let me do this. I want to make this red because I want to know the direction of the trend. This is red. Let me place another one here. Now I just use this to help me know the direction of the trend. This is the hourly time frame. So now that I'm trading the hourly time frame, the reason why I say I'm a trend trader is because you want to be trading with the direction of the trend. This by direction of the trend, and the reason why you always hear people talking about the trend is your friend. They say this because if the trend is going down, like the major peeps, like these powerful things, they will probably happen as you're moving down. Okay, these things are just corrections. These green things that form when the trend is going down, they're just corrections of the market trying to reset itself. You know, this is how the market moves. You know, it moves in these movements. I believe some people may say this thing is similar to Elliott wave theory or something like that. So this I noticed this is how the market moves up, it moves down. If the trend is going down, the trend if you notice here, like the strong ones, the ones which are white, this is because this is a bearish trend. So if you enter here, it means, you know, you can gain all these, you would have gained all of these things, all of these pips. So as you can see, I didn't buy this, I sold this. and you can see I entered multi-trade system. This is what I call multi-trade system. As you can see, I placed so many trades, 0 0.25 lots. So you can see this is why I trade the trend. And by the way, this is what I use. If you've reached like this last webinar, just know you've made it, bruh. I don't want to lie. If you apply what I'm teaching you right now, there's no reason to be poor. There's no reason to be working. But I don't know. I won't advise people to drop out of school or anything like that. You know, I believe in both school and doing your own thing. Thing is, the reason why I say that is because forex can be kind of boring. You know, once it's lonely, it becomes boring. I mean, imagine this thing. Imagine I place this today, and I'm probably gonna get profits like up to here. You see, take profit 1, take profit 2. You know, I will just be waiting for this thing basically. So I need something to do, because this is gonna happen in a number of days. Okay, coming from here to here, as I'm a trend trader, like I said. So this is just gonna take a while to come here. So I need something to do. So I can't just be like, oh, I'm a forex trader and I want to be trading forex 24/7. Why? Because I've done that. You know, I actually literally dropped out of school, and then I went home to trade this thing, and then I got bored. So I'm like, let me go back to school. Just not because I need the money, because, you know, I just wanted something to do. I would place the trades, and then just go. Since this strategy is so powerful, you can place it and sleep. And you know, while people are working hard, like, hey, I need to pass this course, I need to do this, you can just place your trades and do what they call a passion. You know, passion. Follow your passion, and you can, because you won't be studying for the money the job that you're looking for. You already have money for that. You know, you're just going to school to study for passion. Anyway, by the way, I'm gonna insert what is called the moving averages. Now, when you go to this, it might be on simple or smooth or linear weighted or anything like that. I like it on exponential, because it reacts with the market. You know, the exponential is like, it's precise. This one is slow. This one is like, it changes with the market. So you want this to be at exponential, and you set it okay, it will immediately put it. And then you want another one, you set the period to 7, change this to yellow, or you can put it as gold. Let's put it as gold. Learning forex, you become more powerful than even gold itself. Yo, forex, who's ready to become a millionaire? Anyway, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna explain how this thing works. Let me make it yellow. It seems like this is not really visible to my eyes. Let me make it bright yellow. By the way, this strategy, I developed it. I got it from my golden strategy. I just simplified the golden strategy. Okay, it's gold strategy simplified. As you can see, there is no ADX, and there is no there is no MACD, and the other averages that I removed. I just left the 7 exponential, and I changed the 15 exponential to 15 simple to an exponential. So once you plot this thing, once you plot the moving averages, basically you're done with everything. Now you want to be trading in the direction of the trend. I can't stress this enough. The trend is your friend. Nothing beats the trend. Nothing beats the trend. By the way, guys, if I happen to be coughing or something happens, just know that, bear with me. I got a cold right now. You know, it's really cold here in my country. It's winter, so it's really cold. I just came here to visit my colleague, so that we can finish these webinars and have the site up, so that you guys can access it. And when I came here, you know, I caught a cold. Talk about that, like, no one likes a cold. Anyway, how this strategy works is you follow the trend. Like as you can see here, we got a downtrend, right? Downtrend, and by observing, you can see that if it's a downtrend, this red line, the 15 moving average is on top, and if it's an uptrend, the yellow, the 7 exponential moving average is on top. Huh? This strategy, basically, you are just looking for the cross. Note, you're looking for the cross. Do you hear me? A cross in what? In the direction of the trend. If the trend is going down, and this thing, if the trend is overall is going down, you know, you want to be selling it. Like over here, you see it's consolidating. Because the trend is going down, you're going to wait for an indication. You wait for the cross. And remember, the trend is your friend. The trend is your friend. You see? This is what I mean. Wait for the cross. You don't want to be trading against the trend. Huh? Don't want to be trading against the trend. The trend is your friend. Where am I anyway? Yeah. So watch this. You see it crossed over here. The moving average is crossed. So once they cross, you can enter your trade there. And you're pretty sure it's going to move in your way because, like I said, the trend is your friend. So you would enter here where it crossed, and then you want to get out at the next line of resistance because it's going to pull back. Like let's say you entered here. Let's say you entered it here because these things are apart. So imagine, just imagine this. Imagine this, everything from this line hasn't happened, you know. Everything from this vertical line like this hasn't, imagine it hasn't happened, and you enter the trade there and you follow the trend. Let's say you entered it over here. Huh? Let's say you entered it over here. So now the exponentials, they start to expand, meaning what? You are safe to keep in the trend. And this is how I trade, guys, you know. Once I enter, let's say they crossed here. Once I've entered here, I'm just going to leave it to do its stuff, you know. This is one of the ways that the market moves. It's going to move like this. After that, it's going to pull back a little bit. After that, it's going to move a strong bearish movement down. It's going to pull back. It normally moves strongly down and then goes back to the previous line of resistance. Huh? Going to break out, move to the previous line of resistance. Going to break out. As you can see, it broke out. Then it moved to the what? To the previous line of resistance, which is about here. So when I break out, move again. So you wanna, the trend in this way is your friend, so you can just keep your trade running like that. As you can see, this trade I entered it over here. Reason being is, as you can observe, the exponentials are what? They are apart. The red is on top. I know this is a bearish sentiment. This is gonna be down, and in addition, I can see what is called the downtrend. The downtrend is strongly going down, so I'm pretty sure the strong movements are gonna be down. You know, you don't have to lose on this thing. I didn't notice I was in there for hours. I was wondering what's happening. So I trade the 1 hour time frame. Sorry about that. 1 hour time frame. So as you can see, this trend was moving up. You see? And when it got here, it touched the major resistance zone. So this will be your confirmation candle. You got your supply zone here, your sell demand, so you know your demand is increasing. And then after that, you see this bearish thing. After this consolidation phase, you see this huge bearish candle, and you are able to know, like, oh wow, this is an entry, and this thing starts to converge, and they cross. So you could enter it here. Assume you entered it over here, and then you ride it up to here. That's like 1,869 pips in a pipette. Okay, so now this is how you calculate pips. Huh? The first three numbers, I'm looking at the numbers in the middle. Huh? like 1869, yeah, 186, that's your pips, and then the last 9 there you see, that's the pipetta. So that's how you know this thing. So once it crossed here, let's say you entered your trade here, you can basically just leave it, because you know what, the trend is your friend, it's gonna go down. But if you have a small account, it's better you enter the trade here, right? And then when you get to the resistance line, you must exit, because you're trying to make money, okay? You're trying to raise that small account, and then once your account is big enough, is large enough, that's when you can leave trades for a long time running, you know. And always cover your stop losses. If the trend is moving your direction and you've obtained all these things, all the pips in the direction of the trend, always move your stop loss to cover some profits, so that you won't incur any losses. Because sometimes, not saying it happens often, sometimes you can get a bad luck day when this thing is going your way, and then sometimes this thing can just spike up to your entry point, and then it will go back down again. Okay, that's very rare. It happens sometimes, but it only happened to me once. So basically, just cover your thing, put it in equilibrium so that you don't lose anything. Okay. Oh my god. So basically with this strategy, what you're looking for is the exponential cross. The exponential cross. Oh, what did I do now? For example, say we are here. And we see the trend was slowly becoming. The trend was bullish, you see. From this region here, the trend is bullish, so you know we're looking for buy signals. So let me put it. Let's start here. So you are here, right? I want a perfect place to explain to you guys. Okay, this is the best example. See, the market was strongly bullish for some time now. It moved from there to up here, and then you would be waiting for something like this, like the cross of these averages. So let's see. So now you wait for it up to here, up to this candle. Once you see the formation of a candle like this one here, your entry would be here. You enter it. As long as these things are apart and it's in the direction of a trend, you are safe. So you can practically just move out and just see the flow of the trend. As you can see, our entry was over here. Let me just plot this thing here. Let's say this was our entry. And because there's an uptrend, we know the market is strongly gonna show bullish momentums up. If it pulls back, it's just a small retracement, so don't worry about that. Your entry there, these things separate, they spread it apart, showing the bullish sentiment. So you can keep in the trade, but as you can see, you're approaching a resistance line. You don't want to be trading against the trend. Once you see your trend is about to form, so you can just get out over there. Because probably there's a trend direction, a trend change, as I can see this supply demand and this down bearish thing. So imagine you entered it over here, and because the trend was strongly bullish and it had not approached what you call the trend line zone, you'd be practically safe. So just look at how many pips that is, like 220 pips, just by holding that position. And then you can see here, obviously it's going to be bearish from here on, as I've said. By the way, the market moves in what I call, Elliott calls them waves, I call them the staircases. It'll probably be like a motion like bar, strong motion down, consolidation, and then bar moving down, then bar, it's probably gonna go down here again. You see bar, and then it's retracing again, then bar. You see, it's just something that always happens. So you wanna be in the direction of the trend. The trend is your friend. I cannot stress this enough. By the way, if you wanna test how strong the strategy is, I can bet you now. You can even contact me if you want. I can bet you right now, if you are trading and the trend is going down and you see the red is on top, the 15 moving average, this red thing crossed with the yellow, if you want to blow your account, just trade against this thing. If this thing is, you see these things have crossed and you are supposed to be selling here, if you want to see how powerful the strategy is and you want to blow your account, just buy it while the trend is going down, and then you will blow your account will be blown immediately. No joke, no kumili, no kalala. The trend will be gone. So never trade against the trend, never trade against the exponential crosses. Okay, so let me zoom out. I hate it when I'm zoomed in. So let's take this zone here. You got a major resistance here, and you got this supply demand zone showing, and you got this strong bearish candle after this bullish momentum. You got this thing showing, and because of this strong bearish candle, you know the direction of the trend is about to change, and because this is a point where the trend line passes by, it's time to sell. You see this, so this is your entry. By the way, this strategy can help you naked trade. I don't know if you guys have heard of naked traders, but they don't even use anything. The reason why they become naked traders is because they probably use the same thing as I use, just different settings, and then they're able to know, like, once you use something for so long, even without it, you can be able to recognize it. So because of this strong bearish candle, you'll be like, oh, this is a perfect entry for me, and sell it. You sell it up to the next line of resistance. Never be greedy, yeah? Or until you see these things converging. Until you see these things coming close together, you can enter, get out. And then it will retrace back to the previous line of resistances. That's what always happens. A strong bearish movement down, it will retrace to the support and resist to the previous one. Strong momentum down, retrace to the previous resistance line, and then move in the direction of the trend again. The exponential cross is your friend, my friend, in the direction of the trend. Oh, listen, look at here, by the way. You see this is a strong bullish momentum zone, huh? Like here it crossed, it's a perfect entry here. If you're gonna be trading against this thing and you see something like this, huh? Let's say you're strongly bearish, and then you be like, I want to buy this. If you're gonna buy against this thing, which I highly don't recommend, okay, you're just gonna wait for this to cross, and after that you get out at the next resistance line, huh? You'll probably be entering here and just getting out like over here, because what the momentum of the market is down, huh? That is just a small retracement. You see, as I was saying, the momentum is down. He may have retracements, but the momentum is down. And by the way, this zone here, this is a box zone, so I got a separate video that how to trade this thing, this box zone. A separate video that you guys can access. It's before this one. And then here is a perfect entry again. You got your cross, wait for it, your cross over there, you can sell it, and gain the pips. It will retrace to the previous line of resistance, pips, previous line of resistance, pips, previous line of resistance, pips. previous line of resistance, probably is gonna come back up to here or something, then pips again. This is why I entered this like a few hours ago. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, yeah, around 12 in the afternoon, and it's already like moved this much. Like, I can't stress this, the trend is your friend. Okay guys, I believe you guys understand how the exponential cross strategy works, huh? And by the way, if the trend is going up, it's a bullish momentum, you're going to be looking for buying opportunities, huh? I believe I already mentioned how the trend is your friend. So imagine, look at this. Let me go on the daily. Imagine, watch this. This is the highest high the market has ever reached, huh? This is the highest point the market has ever reached. Like, let me see, 2015, this is the highest it has been, and this is the lowest it has been, huh? Now, some traders, the successful forex traders, they normally enter this at the beginning. They go on the daily chart and they observe, oh, the market is strongly here, so they can sell so they can put they can sell so much here, and they know the trend is obviously going to go down, and hold that position for months, huh? Or days or weeks or something like that, and they'll end up with these much profits. Imagine, that's like 36.24 pips after holding for about, let me do this control. What is this? Yeah, say you enter it over here, it'll be like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So like, these are 12 days. Imagine in 12 days, if there's probably a person somewhere around the world who entered this thing over here in this year 2015 and gained all these pips. 36.24. Once you realize that the trend is your friend, you know you got the juice of the trade. I'm gonna make a separate videos on how different types of trends and how to trade them, huh? By the way, this is the final video you're gonna get from us. This is the exponential cross, this is the juice, and then, by the way, to get these things, these are just day period markers. You can just remove them. It tells you the number of days, huh? So like, each thing represents a day. It represents a day. On the hourly, this represents 24 hours. You see, these things just mark different days. So I believe I've explained everything that is to do with the exponential cross strategy or the breakthrough strategy. All you have to do is just wait for, let's say you enter the trade here, and then it comes and consolidates here. Wait for this, when it gets to this resistance line, wait for it to pull back to the previous resistance line, and then let a bearish candle show itself. Okay, don't enter a trade when it's consolidating. Just let the market to show where it's flowing, because you're never really sure where it's going. But when the trend is going down or up, the trend is your friend. So just wait for a confirmation candle, like over here. Let's say you missed this here and you're over here. So basically what I'm saying is there's a resistance line here. You let this touch the resistance line and let it to pull back to the next resistance line. You see, it came and touched here, and then it pulls back to the previous resistance line. And then after that, you see this powerful bearish movement. Now, because of this, you can enter here, because the market is already proven its way where it's going. Okay, so you can sell it here, and then it will go down again, pull back to the previous line of resistance, go back down again, pull back, go back down again. So each time, if you want to take your profits, you can enter it here. When it gets to the resistance line, get out, and then wait for it to reset. And then if it after it shows that bullish or bearish momentum down, as in this case it's a bearish momentum, so you can sell it here, then get the profits. It's going to reset again, wait for that confirmation. As you can see, this is almost a railroad. So you can sell it here, you can sell it like after the cross, wait for the cross, because this is basically like a small little channel, and then after that it's gonna break through that channel. Let me show you a trick. It'll probably like show a small little thing like this, a trendy a trendy within the major trend. Let me call it a trendy. I just made something up. A trendy, trading a trendy. Oh, by the way, I got a cold, so if I sound funny, it's because I got a cold. And basically, it will do this retracement, and then once it breaks from the trend, I bet you guys if you watch one of the videos, you'll find out I was talking about breakouts. Okay, so you'll know that if this was an uptrend and something like this happens, this strong candle here that you see here happened, you'll know that's a breakout, and you can sell it, and then get out at this resistance line, let it retrace as much as it wants, and then you can sell it again and gain all the pips. So guys, basically that is all you need to know about this strategy, and I'm really hoping to see you guys making money off this strategy. Okay, because forex is really easy. The reason why people lose money is because they're trying to look for the holy grail of strategies. There is no such thing. One reason why I stopped using the stochastics and all these things is because they only work for some time. They don't work like all the time. So you don't want to be using something that it'll work sometimes. Like, I bet you, let me show you why I'd say this doesn't work. The stochastics doesn't work. Where is that part? Aha. Is you see this, let me do this. You see this movement here. You see it's strongly bearish, right? The stochastics will probably be over at the 80 here, right? And then it will show this thing. It will show it crossed nicely. And then when it gets here, it's gonna say it's oversold. Let me insert the stochastics and show you. Yeah, watch what I meant. And this is really sad, huh? This is very sad. There is nothing that really happens. You see, it will tell you it's overbought. This is why I don't use it. You see here it's overbought. Now this is a downtrend, so it will make sense to buy it here. It makes sense what I mean to sell it here. And then when it gets to the 20, this is the zone where people say, oh, you have to buy. I know I read the books, I've been there myself. It will tell you to buy. But imagine you bought it here. You bought it because it's up here and it's going up. Imagine you bought it here. This movement will never be as potent as this one. And sometimes you get something like this. Look at this. Look at this thing here. Yeah, you got the strong trend, right? And then when it got here, it told you it's gonna go up, right? See this, it was at almost 80, it was strongly down, right? And then when it got here, it told you it's in the oversold region. And then some people, this is what I noticed, you'd happen to be like, oh, it's oversold now, it's time to buy this in this place. You buy it, and imagine you bought it here, and you see this thing going up, and you be like, oh, I'm in the trade. And then after 1, 2, 3 hours, then bam, then this thing happens, and you blame it, and you be like, oh my god, what have I done? The reason why that doesn't work is because basically you're trading on the trend, and the stochastic is not up to date, yo. It doesn't tell you what's happening in the markets. So you would have sold, you would have bought it here because they say sell it here, buy it here, sell it here. What I mean, sell it. Is it yeah? Sell it here, buy it here, sell it here, buy it here. you would have bought it here, and imagine you would have bought it over here. This, I don't think this is even enough to cover the spread, and you'll end up closing your trade in a negative because of the sake of they told you it's overbought, oversold. This thing is just okay for, as you observed in my previous video, it's only good for trading ranges like consolidation phases. I measured with the RSI. Oh yeah, another thing I use with this strategy is called, as you saw from my golden strategy, I use what is called the MACD. I set this thing into gold. I like gold. The reason why I showed the MACD together with the strategy, this here, what you see is the complete strategy. The reason why I set the MACD is because it helps me gauge and see how much volume of traders are in a certain trade. So as you can see here, let me do this. Say we entered the trade over here at this resistance line, and we know it's a downtrend because of this thing, so it will probably be a downtrend there. I'll sell it here because one, volume of sellers is increasing. I use this to tell me the volume of people entering. So you can see as the volume started small, and then also the red line is showing you this thing is strongly bearish. The volume of people are increasing, and then as you can see, when the MACD starts reducing here, you can see it starts reducing at the resistance line, that the volume of people start reducing. That's what I'm trying to say, by the way, if you don't get me. So you could exit it over there. Then after that, it will pull back up, resetting. Then the bearish momentum of the volume will start increasing again. Like here, let's see what happens here. Volume of buyers is reducing. And by the way, the trend is your friend. But there's an uptrend, so we are looking for buying opportunities. So we're looking for buys, by the way, buys. You see, this is what I mean, the trend is your friend. The market ends up going up because the trend is your friend. Besides gauging how much volume of people are in a certain trade, I use it to spot divergence. Divergence is one of the most strongest way, the most powerful ways to trade the market. So a video on divergence, I will make it separately, because I feel like it needs a certain time or it needs someone to be understanding it clearly. So let me try spot at least one divergence. Let me try and spot one divergence so that you can see. I hate getting colds. Colds are not nice. By the way, by just me scrolling like this, you can see that the trend is your friend. You can see whenever it crosses, it moves in the direction. You trade it until it closes up, until they start converging. Here they were like basically spreading apart, and then here they're coming together. So that's another way of using them besides support and resistances and exit and entries. Divergence, where are you? Why are you so hard to find? Yeah, this is a divergence over here, guys. This is a divergence. Like, as you can see, this is what I mean by divergence. If I were to draw a horizontal line over here, you would see that over here, they're like, let me just do this. You can see over here that this point is higher than this, is higher than here. Basically what I'm saying, this one is higher than this one. But when you look at the MACD, the volume here, it shows that there are more buyers than here. This is what you call divergence, huh? So it's basically telling you that the volume of buyers in this region here, they're not as much as buyers here. So if that's the case, it means the market, I'm talking about this region, huh? From this point to this point. You see, this says this one is higher than this, but this one says this one is higher than this side. So that is what I mean by divergence. And then you'll be certain that, oh, when it gets here, it's probably gonna do a strong bearish movement down since the number of buyers are reducing. That's basically what I mean by divergence. A separate video in detail will be made on this, so that you guys can know what divergence means. Basically, that's what I use for the MACD for. So waiting for a trade. You got a signal here. A sell signal. Oh yeah. Sold it. Let's say you sold it here. It would have pulled back. Let's say you sold it here. It would have pulled back up to there. 41 pips, and then bam. Just look at that. 72 pips. And then if it starts going up like this, you know you're looking for buyer opportunities. But the overall trend is down. So guys, I think this is all with this webinar. You know, thanks you guys for joining me. Let me show you the power of this strategy. Check. In the moolah. Let's see, what is gold doing? Like I said, this is what happens when you trade against the trend. Huh? You see the overall trend is bearish. It's bearish, but I still entered it there. But I'm pretty sure it will get back into profit. Huh? It will go back into profit. So yeah, 430 something in a day. I mean, there is no one that I know, unless he's a forex trader, who can make this amount of money in a day. This is in dollars, by the way. So yeah, guys, push, use the strategy that I taught you, the exponential cross. Remember, you wait for the distance to cross in the direction of a trend. Wait for it to cross in the direction of the trend. The trend is fully down, selling opportunities. Okay, so this is Super Trader for you. I hope you enjoyed the webinar with Super Trader. And this is the last webinar you're gonna see. And I hope you guys make profits. Huh? Go and be rich. You have the secret now. Now it's time to use what your money is worth. Wow, where was I? I could have entered this thing over here, huh? Look at this powerful thing. Look at this. Imagine after this confirmation here. This is gold. After this confirmation, a consolidation phase, it retraced back and then started consolidation, and then the strong bearish movement. These things started to spread apart. The red is on top, this thing is on top, the trend is going down. So sell it here until you gain all these pips. And then power. Anyway, thanks you guys for tuning in to this webinar. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope to see you guys sharing how much money you made from the strategy. And shalom, peace.